Hey everybody, how are you? Am I on? Am I there? Am I here? Where am I? Hey everybody, how are you tonight? I hope that you are all set for the holidays coming up, or at least close to being set, so you're not too stressed out about it. We got a new microphone, a new handy dandy microphone here that Israel got me some kind of a weird gadget to hold it, and so hopefully your sound will be getting a little bit better. Every time we do this, we're just going to try to get a little bit better and better after the first of the year, knowing that we will not have a time together next Wednesday. After the first of the year, we're going to start some neat things with classes and doing some workshops and some classes on codependency and understanding the law of attraction and Deepak's 7 spiritual laws and how to manifest and what journaling does and how to meditate and all those good kinds of things. We may even go out into La La Land a little bit and do some Fruit Loops and wind chimes, talk about ETs, and maybe have some fun that way. But tonight is a night of reading, so we're going to start. The phones have already started for our reading, so we're going to start doing some readings, and I think Amadeus already has a call coming in, so let's get that transferred over. Taking my first call. All set? Right here? Is that what I'm doing? Hello? Hi, how are you? Good evening.
Happy winter solstice to you.
Happy winter solstice to you, my friend. How are you?
I'm very well.
Good, good.
Sorry, I just knocked my computer on the ground.
That's all right. How can I help you tonight?
Well, tonight is the night of readings. I thought very appropriate. And I was wondering if you could connect to Patty, who is my stepmom.
Patty, did you say Patty, like P-A-T-T-Y, Patty?
Right.
Okay, very
with
good.
An I.
Oh, P-A-T-T-I, and Patty's on the other side with Dad.
She is, along with my mom.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, let's see what we can do for you with Patty. Who is it that had the issue with their chest? Was that Patty or was that your dad? Because it feels like I'm connecting in somehow to your dad, rather than Patty. But tell me, who had the issue with heart or stroke or diabetes, lungs, something with the chest area?
That probably could be either one, but Patty is the one who actually died from that.
Okay, all right. So I am connecting into Patty. I think her and Dad come together. I think that she and your father had some karmic stuff to work out. Yes.
Probably so. They were very close.
Yeah. I think that that they remain close on the other side, and that there's something about someone who wears baseball caps or something with baseball caps and something with a truck. Can you tell me what that is?
I wear hats a lot.
Oh, you wear baseball caps a lot? Okay. And then there's something about a truck. I'm hearing from your stepmother who feels like she loved you very much. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, it feels like she loved you very much. And I'm hearing that she's being a guide or a guardian to somebody that drives a truck, and that she does that for you, and she does that for you because she loves you, and she wants you to know that there's protection around you. There's protection around you. There's something with the name of Mark, and there's something with there's something where she's showing me a lot of tattoos. Who has tattoos?
I do.
Okay.
My husband does too, but probably me.
Okay, very good. Okay, and what is she talking about in regards to the trucks? Do you know what she's talking about with the truck?
My husband is an OTR, over-the-road truck driver.
Okay.
Drives an 18-wheeler.
Okay, and do you know who Jim, James, or Jamie is, and do you know who Mark is?
Mark is my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And no, James, well, my grandfather was Alfred James.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we've got more than one people. I guess you're going to get a lot of hello. They're saying hello to you. There's a lot of people that love you on the other side. Who had cancer?
My mom.
Okay. And so she doesn't want to be left out. Okay. She doesn't want to be left out of the mix. She wants you to know that she too. Well, there's an amends coming from your mom. There's something that she's sorry about. Do you understand that?
Not really.
Okay.
Unless she's upset because she didn't tell me goodbye.
Okay. But she's giving me an amends. She's telling you telling me to say that she's sorry. So whatever that means to you, there's an amends coming from mom. Okay. There's something about April, either the name April or the month April. Do you know what they're talking about?
No.
Was there anybody's?
April.
Go ahead, sweetie.
That's not a name for sure. And a month, there's nothing that I can think. No birthdays, no anniversaries.
Okay, I'm hearing the name or the month April. So I'm going to say to you that if it's nothing that's resonating with you right now, that it means that something's shifting for you in April energetically. I think that you're in a state of searching, and I think that there's some anchored energy for you around that. Do you know who George is?
No, George, no.
Is there a George, Georgette, Georgia, Georgianne, something with the state of Georgia?
Wow, no, too far south.
Okay.
It doesn't connect yet.
Okay, so there's something with a George or a Georgette or a Georgia that I want you to be looking for, okay?
Okay.
Okay, but it feels like that again is around your father, so I want you to be looking for that around your father, okay? Your father feels like he is staying connected to you all the time. There's something with him staying connected to you all the time.
Okay, that's awesome.
Okay, so it's not just the women. It's not just your mother and your stepmother. I think your father stays connected to you. Who does something with hunting?
Nobody.
Do you know why?
Well, nobody.
Go ahead, sweetheart.
Yeah, nobody in the immediate family. I mean, nobody. We're vegans and vegetarians, so.
Okay, so tell me why your dad's saying something about hunting. Did he hunt when he was young, or something with ducks or fowl?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, all right. So I want you to know he's showing me a lakes and geese and ducks and something with somebody that maybe did some hunting or some birds, something with birds when he was younger. And there is something with a George around him as well. You think about that and let me know next week, okay? Or 2 weeks from now.
Sure, I absolutely.
Okay, all right. And what is your grandfather's name again?
Alfred James.
And do you know anything about George or hunting around Grandpa? So we're making sure we're getting the right energy for you.
I never knew him.
Okay. All right. Well, you asked some questions. Do you have a brother?
No.
Who had the brother?
My grandmother.
Okay. There's something about a brother in all this mix too. So you think about what they're saying to you, so you can put 2 and 2 together on that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And there's also something about. Are you thinking about doing a new tattoo, or there's something with your Patty's going back to your tattoos again?
Oh, I just had one last week.
Okay, because she's saying something with a new tattoo. Okay, new tattoo. So she's watching you. She's observing you. Okay, what'd you get on your tattoo?
A dragon coming out of an amethyst crystal.
Oh wow, that sounds like it's pretty and special, huh?
Very much.
Okay, so you got three things. No, you got 4 things to think about. Who was the hunter? But it was really about birds rather than it was about like deer or elk. What does April mean? I think that's in your future. Who's George, Georgette, or Georgianne? Okay, and so those are the things you got to think about and let us know.
All right.
You know anything about Patty's parents, honey? Do you know anything about Patty's parents or Patty's family background?
Well, I just got back from a visit from her sister, and I know a little bit about her family. Yes.
Why don't you call that sister and find out what she's saying to us, or if your aunt, your step aunt, knows what that? Maybe somebody in their family did something with the. What, honey?
George. The name George is Patty's dad.
Okay.
Patty's stepdad.
There you go. Okay, now you're going to see. That's why sometimes I say to you, "Oh, go think about it," because they may be saying things that we don't put together automatically. Okay. All right, so now we
Yeah.
know. Now you don't have two mysteries. You have only one. Okay. All right, dear. Thank you so much for calling. You have a wonderful, happy holiday.
I'm sorry?
Oh my goodness, and you also, and thank you so much for Wednesdays.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad we figured out. George will figure out all the rest next time. Okay.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. I just love that, guys, because, sometimes you get things from, you've got a lot of spirits talking to you all at once, and with all of you trying to get in on the phone, I may be picking up on some of that energy as well, and that's interesting, too, because I could be picking up on the next caller when I've got a caller on. But with this caller, she did stop for a minute and said, yeah, George is Patty's stepfather, so we don't know whether George was the hunter or he did something with waterfowl or what, but we'll figure it out. So when you get some things like that psychically, it doesn't mean that it didn't make the connection. It just means that we didn't get the connection at this moment in time. So I think we have another caller already, yeah?
Yes, we do. We have Debbie.
Debbie. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Did you transfer that, Amadeus? Amadeus is going to transfer Debbie to us now. And we'll be hearing from Debbie. Hi, this is Melinda. Is this Debbie?
Yes, it is. How are you tonight?
I'm good, Debbie. There's a young man standing here for you. Did you lose a child? Did you lose a son?
Yes.
You lost your son. I'm sorry, Debbie. I'm sorry. He wants you to know that there's something about a dog. He's saying something specifically about a dog. Do you know what he's talking about, sweetheart?
There's two of them. It could be one of a couple of things.
Okay.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. So, you have dogs that were important to you that your son has on the other side. Is that what he's saying to me?
He does have one over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But then he's also saying that you were struggling with one or something with struggling with one, or one was sick or something, and he wanted you to know that he was around you the whole time and trying to help you. There was something with protection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And I'm getting the letter J. Am I getting Josh? What am I getting? I'm getting the letter J. Josh, J. What's the letter J, darling?
Josh.
It is.
My best friend.
Josh is your best friend? Okay. All right. So you hang out with Josh and your son hangs out with you guys, huh?
Josh just understood recently that what I've been telling him little by little is true.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was.
Okay, so your son says, ha 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 ha. He's so happy about that. He thinks that's funny. He says that you have made his crossing into a spiritual connection between the two of you. It seems like you do a lot of lemonade out of lemons, Deb. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. It feels, sweetheart, like you're a very dear-hearted person to me. Do you know who Nick is? Do you know who Zach is? I'm sorry he's throwing things at me now. Do you know who Nick, Nicholas, or Nicole is?
I do know a Nicole, yeah.
How do you know Nicole?
She was a friend of mine.
Okay, but you had difficulty there, yes?
Yes.
But again, I feel like you're a kind-hearted person, and I think that the difficulty was just maybe a little bit on, maybe she didn't have the right level of empathy or connecting in, like there was some selfish energy there. Does that make sense to you?
It sure does.
Okay, all right. And who had the drug, the alcohol, or the depression issues, sweetheart?
Currently or previously?
He says yes. He says yes and yes is what he says. So yes, currently, yes, previously, yes, he says.
Okay, there's a couple of people. I at one point was treated for depression.
Okay, but you're doing better with that right now, yes?
Absolutely.
Okay, and in an amazing way, I think that you, wow, I think that you have just, I don't know how you did this, but I'm going to say you just made up your mind. I'm done with this shit. I'm not doing it anymore. It's not serving me in this lifetime, and I'm not serving whoever's on the other side that's supporting me. I'm just done with this shit. And I just see you just going, done. Does that make sense to you?
I just did this a month ago, yes, and I turned my entire world around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Okay. All right. And then how old was your son when he crossed over, sweetheart?
21.
21?
Yes.
That's what he just wrote on the page. As you can see, 21 is written here. And okay. And what is his name, please?
Sean.
And how did Sean cross over, sweetheart?
I honestly, he would have to tell us because I honestly don't know.
What do you believe?
The autopsy report and everything, nothing corresponds and nothing makes sense. And I was told a while back just to stop asking why and questioning it and just,
It just feels like something in his chest to me, but I can't put my finger on it either. That's why I'm questioning you, because I can't seem to put my finger on it either.
You said the chest?
Yes, right here. I'm feeling right here.
Okay, that would make sense then, because that did come up in the autopsy, and he had an enlarged heart.
Okay, that's what I'm getting, but it just didn't make. That's why I asked you. So, I'm sorry, honey. That's what I'm getting is chest. There's something with a father issue. Sean had a father issue, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, and so, okay, Deb. I'm gonna try to explain this to you the best I can, the way that Sean is explaining it to me. What he's telling me is that his designated time to leave the planet was about his father coming to some level of recognizing something within that his father didn't recognize. But he says that you already knew, and you've known and you know, and he's grateful for that, and he's grateful for the conversations that you have with each other.
Wow.
Do you understand him?
I understand every word, Melinda. He's such a strong force in my life. I could write a book.
Yeah, do it, girl. Do it. Write a book, for God's sakes. We need that, okay? We need that on the planet. Everybody's going to hell in a handbasket. Let's move this energy together, okay? He's saying something about Mike or Michael.
Okay.
Do you know who Michael is?
I know a couple of Michaels. I'm thinking of one in particular, but he didn't know the person.
But he knows him now because he's observing, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. So there's something with a push and a pull and a push and a pull with this, Michael. Tell me why.
Just difficult.
Okay. Who is he to you, darling?
Just a friend.
Yeah, he's a friend that sometimes is... I don't know, honey. He sometimes gives you mixed messages. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So Sean is saying stay on your course. Don't let Michael pull you off your course.
Yes.
Okay? There's something about upstate New York. Upstate. I'm upstate. I'm from Syracuse. Well, I'm from Binghamton, which is near Syracuse, Ithaca, in that area. But I'm seeing more upstate. Tell me what the upstate New York stuff is.
Upstate is where I live.
Where you live in Rochester or Buffalo? Or where, girl?
Smack dab between Rochester and Buffalo.
Well,
I'm closer to Rochester. I'm like half an hour from Rochester.
Shit. Okay. Well, listen, kiddo. I'm going to be coming to New York soon, and I think that we ought to get together. You ought to get started on your book, okay?
Oh, Melinda, it's been a dream.
Okay.
Believe me.
Just talk into a tape recorder. All right?
Okay.
Okay, so Sean's going to help you, and I'm happy that you called, and you have a wonderful holiday season, okay?
So much.
You're welcome.
Have a Merry Christmas.
You too, love. Take care. Bye-bye. I'm sorry, you guys. Sometimes when you're talking to spirit, it gives you stuff in your throat, and Sean was amazingly strong. What a great kid. And I'm sorry for Deb's loss, but I'm real happy if her and Sean can write together and to help enlighten some other people. That may be the whole karmic profile, the whole purpose for them together in this lifetime. And how wonderful that we have with our angels some people calling us from upstate New York. Who knew? I haven't been back to upstate New York in forever, but I'm going to go. I'm going to go to Manhattan and do some readings there. So, it might be worth the trip for Deb to come down to Manhattan. And guess what, all my angels? Guess what? I'm so excited. We heard back from James Von Prague, and he has asked us to do another workshop and night of readings with him coming in, I think it's October, right, Amadeus? In October 2017. I'm sorry, you guys. And so I'm really excited about that. And we're going to be in LA the last weekend in January. So call all your LA friends and have them call here, because we're only going to be doing readings Friday and Saturday and Monday, so we don't have time for a lot, but we'll do them back to back. So get in touch with your LA friends, and we're going to be in Las Vegas at the end of April. So call all your Las Vegas friends, and we've got other good things coming. So please keep watching our newsletters and website and so on. Do we have another call coming in?
Oh, also one other thing too, a special point that the angels have is that they will be the first to hear about your cruise in November.
Oh boy, I forgot about that cruise. How could I forget about going to the Caribbean? I can't wait for that cruise. That's going to be in November, and we are just going to have a really good time. Amadeus is handing me Liberty of the Seas. And where are we going? Oh, he says hold it up. I have to do what I'm told here. Hold it up to the camera, Melinda. Get your shit together, Melinda. I don't know. I can't stand all this selling shit. Let's do another reading. Come on. Come on. Get a phone call in here. Okay, guys, just watch for this stuff. It'll be fun. Let's have some fun together.
This is Joyce coming up. Okay.
Joyce. Okay. Do we have Joyce? Hello?
Hello?
Do I have Joyce?
Yes, you do.
Oh, she needs to turn her computer around.
Amadeus says to turn your computer down a little bit, Joyce.
Okay, I will.
Okay, very good. Okay, how can I help you tonight, Joyce?
Well, I'd like to see how my husband Jack is doing.
Oh, I just wrote it down. Look, I just have the word Jack written on my paper. Can you see that, Joyce?
Not yet.
Look in your computer.
Behind.
Look in your computer, and I had written the name Jack down before you gave it to me. That's what came right into my head. How do you like that? So he already, see it, darling? He already gave me, he already gave me his name. So there you go. Good for you, Jack. Okay, let's see how Jack is doing. I like Jack. Jack is nice, isn't he, darling?
Yes.
Jack is funny, huh?
Yes, it can be. Dry humor.
Well, that's my favorite kind. He's talking to you about a special chair, a special spot, a special chair. Did he used to sit in a special chair, a special spot?
Yes.
And sometimes you sit there now.
Yes.
And so he says he stands behind you when you're sitting at, and then he's saying something about a hall. Something about a hall. He says something about a hall. Maybe there's a hall near the chair, or saying something about a hall. Do you know what he's talking about?
Well, that's the last name.
Oh, that's his last. Oh, he's giving me his last name. Oh, that's hilarious, Joyce. Okay, sorry to give your last name out on the, that's on your husband, Joyce. So he too had a break across his chest field, darling. Did he have something with his heart or his lungs? Okay, all right, and he knew, yeah, he knew.
Yes, he knew.
And so, and he's showing me your hand. He's showing me his hand holding your hand. Were you married for a long time, Joyce?
Yes.
And like
43 years.
Joyce, like it was, he loved you. It was a good marriage always, right, dear? I mean, after you had ups and downs, and he's telling me that he could be difficult, but you were patient with him, right?
Yes.
He says that you knew how to handle him. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, he's saying something about his socks or his stocking feet or something with his feet. Do you know what he's talking about, darling?
Yes.
Okay, so he's showing me his feet and his stocking feet. You must have rubbed his feet, or there must be something that he had pain in his feet or something. Okay, all right.
Yes.
So
that's correct.
Yeah. So and there's a Charles, a Charlie, a Charles, a Charlie. Charlie. Do you know who that is, darling?
No. Mm-mm.
Is there anything with a Charlene or a Charlotte?
No, I don't know.
Okay, I want you to think about that. I heard that very clearly. Anything with the city, Charlotte, like in Carolina or anything, darling?
A Carrie.
Nope. It's Charles. So just think about it, okay? All right. Okay, and there's something about a lake. He's saying something about a lake. Do you know what he's talking about?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right. So maybe there was somebody at the lake or a neighbor named Charlie. You're just not putting your finger on it, okay? All right. He's saying something about is there a room where you have a lot of books?
I have some books, yes. Mm-hmm.
But they're out, right?
Yes.
Okay. And again, for some reason, is that the same room where the chair is, darling?
Yes.
Okay, he's manifesting there. He's saying something about you having a good Christmas anyway.
Okay, yes, I hope so.
Okay, like he's saying that he's calling you a trooper.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, it does.
Like you're a trooper, he says. So do you have kids?
Yes, I have two.
Okay, so you're spending time with the kids, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and do you have a grandchild that's, I'm sure you have more than one grandchild, but is there, maybe this isn't a nice thing to say, but is there one grandchild that's you're very connected to?
Yes.
Okay. And so there's guidance from Jack with that grandchild. There's a guidance system there, okay?
Okay.
You know, in other words, Jack is around your grandchild all the time, okay, Joyce?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. There's something about your father. Was Jack close to your father before your father passed?
Yes, he got close to him.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because your father was actually part of Jack's greeting team.
Oh, well, that's good.
Okay?
That's good.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Joyce, are you having trouble with your leg? Are you having trouble with your leg or your hip or your knee?
My ankle.
Okay.
My ankle.
It's aching you or something, he says.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so he wants you to, did you do, there's something about your bed or your bedding. He's showing me something about your bed or your bedding. Did you just get a new blanket or something?
Yes.
Okay, he's really hanging around the house, kiddo, is what he's doing. He's giving me all these little details. He says, can you hear him? Can you hear him?
No, I don't hear him.
He's trying. He's saying little wings, birds, butterflies, little wings, hummingbirds, butterflies, little wings.
Hummingbird.
Okay, so he's trying, okay, darling? All right?
Okay.
Who had the pickup truck? Who has the pickup truck?
Well, we did, then my daughter.
Okay, your daughter has the pickup truck now?
No, she did have it. Not anymore, though.
Okay, all right. But it was some kind of important truck to him or something.
Yes.
Okay.
It was.
Okay, so, because he's showing me his pickup truck, okay? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Joyce, he's saying that he's showing me that he's kissing you on top of the head when you're sitting in his chair.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Okay.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I want you to know that Jack is with you. Is it you or is it Jack that has the brother?
Well, we both do.
Whose brother is dead?
Jack.
Okay, because he's saying with a brother. What's your father's name? What's Jack's brother's name, dear?
Bobby.
Is your dad?
My dad's name is Solomon.
Solomon? And and Bobby is Jack's brother?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, who had cancer, darling?
Jack.
Okay, all right. So he's with his brother and he's also with Saul.
Okay,
and there's
that's right.
Okay,
my father went by Saul.
Saul, he's with Saul and he's with Bobby, okay?
Okay.
Do you know who Richard Rick or Dick is? Dick?
No. No.
Is there anybody last name of Richardson or Richards?
Not that I can remember.
Okay,
No.
you'll think about those two names that he gave me, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And then one last thing, sweetheart. I know this is a funny thing for me to be getting, but I'm getting something with a sugar bowl.
Sugar bowl. Candy?
I don't know. Was he a candy guy?
Yes.
Okay, because he's showing me a sugar bowl, so apparently he likes sugar, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then he's saying something about plumbing.
I had to have a fountain fixed.
Okay, very good. So he's watching what's going on. You think about who Dick and Chuck are, okay, darling?
Okay.
All right. I think he worked.
Right.
I think he might have worked with them. Something with work, he's saying. But okay, Joyce.
Okay,
And
will do.
you have a happy holiday.
Oh, you too.
Thank you for calling
Very
in.
happy, healthy one.
Thank you for calling, Joyce. Talk to you
Okay.
again. Bye-bye. Okay, how we doing?
We're doing well. We have Lisa on the line.
We have Lisa on the line. We're
For Lisa.
okay. Let's see if I can do this, huh? Are you there, Lisa?
Yes, I am.
How are you tonight, Lisa?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Good, 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 good. How can I help you tonight?
Well, I have two people that have crossed over, my mom and my boyfriend, and I was hoping that maybe one of them would show up and have a conversation.
Okay,
I don't know how that works.
let's take a look. But I'm going to start with your mother. Your mother is telling me to tell you that she's on it. I don't know quite what that means yet, but she's saying that she's on it. So let me see if I can get some clarification. Your mother, she was always somebody that took care of things. She was busy. She took care of things. She was always on it.
Yes, she's very organized.
Okay, because that's the way, she's saying I'm on it. And so I'm getting that she was, somebody who had things, specifically done and that she's on it. And I think she's telling me that she's on it where your boyfriend is concerned. And so I think perhaps she has been instrumental. She left, then he left?
She crossed over in 2009, and then he committed suicide just in June of this past year.
I'm very sorry. Okay, so she left before he left, so she's on it, so he thinks she's instrumental in maybe giving him some hints and ideas of what he needs to do next. I think she's made a point of introducing herself to him so that, that there would be a connection, because of course they will both be there for you, and so they would see each other when they were, she's saying something about your hair. She's saying something. Okay, so she likes your hair, and she's saying that she likes your house. Apparently, she likes a lot of things here. She likes your house. She likes your hair. She wants you to be careful. And she is saying that you should cook more often. And because I think she liked to cook, or she had cookbooks that were important to her or something. But there was something there, and she's with somebody named Joe or Joseph, or Joanne. That's her father. Okay, so she's with her father, and she's with someone who had dementia or Alzheimer's or something like that.
My grandmother, her mom.
Okay, and she's with somebody named Mary or Marie. Apparently she's with Mary. Apparently she's with Mary and Joseph. Woohoo! She must be Catholic. She's with Mary and Joseph. Well, do you know who Mary or Marie is, darling?
I don't off the top of my head.
Okay.
I can give that to
All right, so it'd be Marion, Marilyn, Marie, something like that. Okay. And there's something about There's something about a cousin. She's with a cousin of yours, who also had some work to do in heaven. And
yes.
okay, so she's with that cousin, and then there is a Francis or a Franklin.
Well, Frank is my father's father, who she's always loved very much.
Okay, so she's visited your father's father, since she's been over as well. Okay, so she wants you to know, that she's been aware of your pain, and that she has been looking to stay as close to you as she can. There's a very important man with her, someone I believe she once had a relationship with, and that's making her extremely happy to be in this connection. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
let me see if I can switch over here. Go ahead.
Did she say what to be careful for?
What's to be careful for?
She said, be careful.
Okay, let me ask her. She says, just be careful. She just wants you to be careful.
Okay, just in general.
She's just, it's like, take good care of yourself. You belong to me. Button up your overcoat kind of thing. Okay, I don't think it's like specific. Like, I don't think you're betraying.
Okay.
Like, I'm not getting like she's showing me something that's impending. She's just saying, I love you. Be careful. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Now, on to the other. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I think he is preoccupied.
He's got a lot of work to do, I think. So
yeah.
Maybe he's counseling.
He's saying something about his father.
Yes.
And something about wanting to make a connection with his father, but he's going to do that through his connection with you, or there's so I don't know. He's getting me mixed messages right now.
Okay. His brother is actually going to come see you tomorrow, so I bet that's what he's trying to say.
Okay. All right, so then he's just holding back and letting your mother do the thing. That's okay. All right, I understand that. However, he's showing me a ring that I think he wanted you to, he wanted to give you, but he never gave you a ring, but he wanted to.
He proposed one day to me with his grandmother's ring, and I didn't accept the proposal because I knew on some level that things were horribly wrong. I didn't know with what, but I was right. I just didn't know what it was, and so maybe that's the ring.
Okay, so he wanted to give you a ring, but okay, so that, in other words, he's showing me that he wanted to give you a ring, but it didn't happen. Okay.
It didn't
right.
work.
Okay. All right. So so he's telling me to tell you that's not why.
Oh.
Okay.
That's not why.
Okay, honey.
Okay.
I guess you'll have to figure out exactly how that fits, but that's the words that are coming to me. That's not why.
Okay, I gotcha.
Okay, all right. Thank you for calling. I'll look forward to talking with his brother tomorrow then. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Who do we have now?
Debbie.
Debbie. See if I can get this here. Hello, Debbie?
Yes, hi.
Hi, how are you, Debbie?
I'm fine. How are you tonight?
I'm good, thank you. How can I help you?
Well, I'd just like to see if my mom is around. It's been a while now. Her name is Ann.
Thank you. Debbie, why is there a teacher in the energy field?
Well, my daughter is his teacher, and I've been doing some teaching lately.
Because that's the first thing that Anna's giving me is something about teaching and being proud of probably both of you, I would imagine, if your daughter is a teacher. But, I would imagine, but I think your daughter's teaching school and maybe you're teaching life.
I it might be kind of reversal. She's working with students now with speech, and I'm teaching at a college.
Okay. Okay, so you're teaching school and she's teaching life. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay. All right. And do you know who Elizabeth, Beth, or Betty is?
No, that doesn't ring a bell.
If it's around Anne, sweetheart, it would be somebody that would be in Anne's energy field, not in yours. So I'm getting an Elizabeth. Okay, so I don't know whether that's somebody that she had from childhood or a friend of hers, but there's something with an Elizabeth around her, and she's showing me something with hiking or walking. Does somebody hike or walk?
No, not that I see. No.
She's showing me mountains and hiking and walking. Do you live near the mountains?
I've lived in the mountains. I do. I live up in Prescott in the forest and mountains.
Okay, all right. So that's why she's showing me the mountains, not because you're hiking, but because you're living there. Okay, all right. And so she's showing me the mountains around you. And was that? It feels like that's kind of a peaceful or a connection that's like Prescott is a good energy for you, yes?
I hope so.
It just feels like there's a settledness or there's something that Anne feels that make you happy when you're out. That area seems to be a good connection for you there.
Okay.
Can I have your daughter's name, please?
Gabrielle.
I just wrote, honey, I'm sorry. I wear hearing aids, and I just wrote Abby instead of Gabby. I'm sorry. So I misheard your mother, and I wrote Abby instead of Gabby. How old is Gabby?
26.
Okay. Can you tell me why she has some break in her abdominal field? Has she had some problems with her tummy or gynecological system?
She's been going to an allergist now because she's been not feeling well, and when she eats things and it upsets her stomach and that. So yeah, she's been going to see somebody trying to figure it out.
It's important to your Anne is really on Gabby's energy field, really close to Gabby all the time. And she's showing me that her tummy's been bothering her. Please tell Gabby that her grandmother does guide her or give her some energy, okay?
Yeah, she when she was first born, she stayed with her. She was the closest. My mother, they had a connection.
Yeah, your mother is still talking about her now, a teacher, and again, I wrote Abby, but it's Gabby, and so I think that Anne hasn't gone far from Gabby. There's something about Gabby's age 11. Do you have any idea why she's giving me that?
No, that I can't say.
Okay. Okay, so there's something about Gabby's age of 11 or 12, but I think I'm more on 11. I don't know what that means or why Anne is giving me that specific age. How long has Anne been on the other side?
Oh, it's been since 2007. So it's been quite a few years.
Okay, so going on 10, she's going to have her 10th heavenly birthday.
Yes.
Okay. And why did Anne have a break across her chest and her abdominal field, sweetheart? And do you have a sister, and do you know who Kathy or Katie is?
I don't know Kathy or Katie. Mom had heart issues, and I think I think when she passed, she was in a lot of pain in the abdomen area. I believe. I think she was in a lot of pain.
I think she was too. So if she passed 10 years ago, your daughter was like 16, correct? 15, 16?
Yeah, she was young around then. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a Katie or a Caitlin or something like that around your daughter. There's an awful lot of energy around your daughter. Ask your daughter if there's a Katie or a Caitlin. I don't think the Elizabeth is around your daughter. I think that's around Anne. I think that there's something about collectibles. Can you tell me if your mother collected dishes or china, or you do?
Oh, she was an antique dealer.
Ah, collectibles, she's saying. Yeah. Okay. All right.
She was an antique dealer and collector, and that's how her whole house was.
Yeah. Well, she wants you to tell Gabby that Gabby is still the apple of her eye, and that Gabby's they're going to uncover what's going on with Gabby, but I will tell you that Gabby probably is one of these gluten sensitive people. Sugar is probably a no-no, dairy is probably a no-no, you know, like that. Because Gabby's a very sensitive person anyway, and she's a very good teacher, isn't she, sweetheart?
She is, and she has a lot of sensitive. I think if she met with you, I think she could develop.
Well, I think she could develop regardless of whether she meets with me, but I she's got, it's all about meditation, it's all about meditation, and you've been a very good mommy, haven't you, darling?
Hope so.
Yeah, I mean, like, you've been now your mother's saying you've been a good daughter, you've been a good mother, you've been a good person. You're a good person. Would you mind giving me your birth date for a minute?
It's August 29th.
What's the year, sweetheart?
55.
Well, now, I gotta tell you, honey, it's no wonder I think you're just a fabulous person, because I'm 8/28/54. So, we vibrate out the exact same way. Let me just look at your numerology for a minute. 10, 20, 29. That's so funny. You're a 39. Oh, you're a 12. You're a soul number 3. 3s are natural born teachers, darling. You're in your dharma. And I think that there's going to be some management changes around the college, however, but you're in your dharma, okay?
Okay.
One other.
And then I handle teacher. I at my full-time job, that's what I do is I bring in students. I manage the students that come into the hospital.
Very nice.
I have a lot of different teaching. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that Yavapai Hospital up there?
I'm at the VA, and I teach at Yavapai College.
Very nice. Well, it's great that you're at the VA and helping the veterans. Who is your boss there, if you don't mind my asking?
Dr. Johnson.
Positive energy to me. That feels like positive energy.
Yes, he's very good. I do enjoy working with him a lot.
Well, you're very good. You have a wonderful holiday, and know that Anne is around Gabby all the time. And again, we've got an Elizabeth, Beth, or Betty that you didn't know, a Kathleen, Kathy, Kate. I wrote Abby here. It's Gabby, and then one last one that I wanted to give you was a Jared, a Jerry, a Jeremy.
That's who I'm working with now in training and trying to mentor to Jeremy.
Good. Jeremy's going to be a good trainee. Yeah. Okay, so you think about who Betty is around Anne, and you ask Gabby who Katie is. Okay, darling? And you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you very much, Melinda. You have a wonderful holiday.
You too, honey. Bye-bye. Bye. So, how are we doing? Pretty good?
Well, we are doing good, and one of the people that is lined up next to speak with you, her name is Kathy.
Kathy. Okay. Well, I don't know. I think it's Katie around Gabby, but we'll talk to Kathy now. So let's switch her right on over. Hi, Kathy. This is Melinda. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, Kathy, my dear friend Kathy. I recognize your voice. You have
I'm bugging you.
a wonderfully distinctive voice, my friend. How are you?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, everybody, all my
Good.
angels, this is Dr. Kathy Ricard, who is a specialist in women's health. And you can look her up on the web and go and see her. And she is smart and funny and wonderful, and I love her. So you guys need
I
to
love you.
you guys need to be in touch with Kathy Ricard. Tell me what's up on your mind tonight, Kath.
Well, I'm a big fan of closure, and it helps me a lot. Both Dave and Don passed. Dave, I was not allowed to go to the funeral to, and Don committed suicide. So I just wondered if there was anything there about that, or is that just part of a life that I just need to let go more?
Okay. So was Dave at one time a relative of yours?
He was my father-in-law.
Okay, now just again, I'm going to show you that I have written on the page father-in-law. For those of you who don't know me, I do a little bit of automatic writing. So while we're doing our angel evenings, I'm going to be jotting things down while we're talking and going over the pages with you. And I hope that you can clearly see them on the camera. I think your father-in-law cared about you, is what I'm getting, Kathy. It feels to me like he, did he have a daughter?
Yes, he has two daughters. Yes.
Okay, and so
Janice is yes.
Okay, so he has a daughter, and he's talking about. I know you're his daughter-in-law, but he's also talking about a daughter. It feels like you've been cut off entirely from this family. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so, but it also feels like they were your family.
Yes.
So I think that Dave is very regretful of that woundedness for you, and that they too felt the cutoff. He's wanting you to know that he too felt the cutoff. Okay. Can you tell me who rode a motorcycle?
Don, that's his son.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, So I'm writing down motorcycle. So, Don is Dave's son, and Don died by his own hand. And so he just showed me his motorcycle, so you would know I was connecting to both of them. Okay. I think there was some. I'm going to say post-trauma around Don. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that's what precipitated his needing to get his healing on the other side. It feels to me like he was really unable to find a place of balance in this lifetime, and that in order for him to get healed, that's what he ended up doing. He's showing me a gun. Can you tell me why he's showing me a gun?
Because he stood up on a chair, had a noose around his neck, shot himself, and made sure he died by having a hanging as well. It was very dramatic. He
did double duty on himself, huh? Okay, well he really wanted to go. I'd say if somebody does that, Kath, that they really want out, like they really want out. And I think, we just had a caller whose boyfriend also died that way, and I must say that in our religious backgrounds, in our belief systems, we're taught that suicide is against the religion or against God or whatever. And suicide is just like cancer. Some people die from cancer and they get their healing on the other side. Some people get cured from cancer and they get healed here. It's the same thing with depression or post-trauma. Some people can't get their healing here and they have to go. Don made sure he was going to go. He loved his motorcycle. For some reason, his motorcycle is really important to him. Was he a Harley Davidson?
Well, years prior to that, he attempted suicide with the motorcycle and did not die.
I see. Okay. All right. So that's why he's showing me the motorcycle. All right. Okay. So obviously Don wanted out. He is doing fine. And this family has had fractures in it for a very long time. And I think it's important for you to know that there was love for you with this family, regardless of the disconnect now. And both men are doing just fine. I think it's really great that Don gave me such detail. I got the name Nichols, Nichols. It's obviously a last name. Do you know why I'm getting that?
I do not.
Okay, so if somebody out there has got the last name of Nichols, make sure that you're calling us. But if it's for you, Kath, maybe it has something to do with you finding Nichols.
Okay.
You know, when I did this seminar with James Von Prague a couple weeks ago, what he said was, when you find coins, make sure you're looking at the date on them, because the date may have some significance. So maybe you're going to find Nichols, and I'm hearing it Nichols, and it's really the coin. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But I think that you've got to let go of the feeling of being wounded by any of this disconnect with this family. I think it's on them.
Okay.
I think it's on someone else besides you. Let me say that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
All right, Kathy. Thank you for calling.
I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No problem. Take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good holiday.
You
Bye-bye.
too, honey. Bye-bye. So even though I've known Kathy Ricard for a long time, I did not know that her brother-in-law, ex-brother-in-law, took his life. I did not know that Dave was her father-in-law, ex-father-in-law. And so I think it's really cool that we're doing this, because as you can see, even people that I've known for a long time and I've been friends with for a long time are getting to have some readings, and we're getting to have some fun. But I am getting to have some difficulty with my throat, which happens when you're doing this kind of work. So forgive me for sipping water. And do we have another caller?
Yes, we do. Janine is on the line. Janine.
Okay. Hi, Janine.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
You have a happy voice.
Thank you.
How are you, Janine? Do we know each other? We don't know each other, do we?
I don't know. I know of you through my sister.
Ah, your sister's been in to see me?
No, but she talks about you, and because she just moved to Arizona.
Oh, very nice. Okay. All right. Well, tell me who Dawn is. Donald or Donna? I'm sorry, darling. I didn't hear you.
Oh, Don is my father.
Oh, Don is your dad. Okay. Is your dad here or there? Here or there? Here or there?
Here. He's here.
Okay.
In Texas.
Oh, you're calling me from Texas. Okay. I don't hear
Yes.
I don't hear Texas in your voice. I hear Texas all the time from certain people.
Dallas.
Oh. Okay. So has Don had some health issues, sweetheart?
Yes. My mother and father both have had colon cancer.
Ah, okay. Your mom's still on the planet also.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's start with Don, and then I'll move into Mom. Okay.
Okay.
How old is Don?
He's about 72.
He's young.
74. 72. Between 22 and 74. Correct.
Anything under 90 at this stage of my life is young, Janine. It's young. Okay, let's take a look at that. There's something about a brother, Janine. Do you have a brother, or does Don have the brother?
My father does have a brother, and I have a brother as well.
Okay. Let's see what we're getting here. Wait a second, darling. I'm going to jot a few things down, okay?
Okay.
Do you know
my father and brother are together today?
Ah, it's probably your brother I'm picking up on then, okay? But do you know who Jackie, or Jacqueline? Yes. Who is that, please? Who is that?
That's my sister.
That's your sister. Okay. All right. And who is Robert, Bob, Robin, Bobby?
Bob?
Yeah.
It could be an Uncle Bob, my husband's uncle.
It's your husband's uncle. Okay. Wait a minute, I'm getting a mush-mash of junk.
Yes, my sister-in-law, my brother that you mentioned, his wife's father was named Robert.
Is he dead?
He is.
Okay. Will you tell your sister-in-law that Bob is bugging me and saying to say that he's safe and hello, hello, hello?
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay.
No.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. And what's your brother's name, sweetheart?
Chris.
Okay. And Don's been in remission, right? Don's had some remiss energy?
Correct. He's been in remission.
Yeah, and he's a feisty guy, isn't he?
Oh, geez. That's an understatement.
Yeah.
I like to call it crotchety.
Well, I like to call it feisty. He feels like he's a feisty guy to me. I think I'm liking your daddy.
He's a feisty guy.
Yeah, I think I'm liking your daddy. Okay, I do. I think I'm liking your daddy. There was somebody that was in the military. I'm gonna say a Marine. That's what I'm gonna say. There's a Marine in your life. Tell me who the military. Pardon?
My sister's husband.
Okay, so there is a Marine in your life. What's your mother's name, please?
Sylvia.
How old is Sylvia?
Sylvia is 76. 77 soon.
Okay, honey, when I look at Sylvia, I don't just see the break in the colon area. I also see a break at her chest area. Has Sylvia had... Okay.
Yes, she also had breast cancer.
Okay, all right. So I'm a little more concerned energetically around Sylvia than I am around Dawn at this point in time. Okay. However, I still think she's got time left in front of her. That's not it. I just think her energy feels more depleted than Dawn's. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
My father's very active.
Yeah, your father's a busy bee, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then there's something about a Mitch or a Mitchell or somebody last name of Mitchell. Do you know who that is?
A Mitch or Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Mitch or Mitchell. Last name Mitchell. I don't know.
Okay, ask Don or Sylvia where I'm getting that from, okay?
Hey,
all right.
Mom, do you know a Mitchell? Or Mitch, first name, last name? No? We're going to have to...
Okay, you guys think about that, okay? All right, okay. There's something about Italian food. I know that sounds ridiculous, but are you into Italian food?
My father's Italian.
Your dad's into
Italian.
Okay. Italiano. Italiano. Okay, sweetheart. Do you have a specific question about your parents for me?
No, not about my parents.
What do you have a question on?
I think my question is around my my job and my insecurity, just how I feel kind of insecure about it, and I guess I'm wondering if you
Okay, sweetheart, let's take a look at that. Okay, first of all, give me your birth date.
June 24th, 1977.
Okay, well, you're soul number 9, sweetheart. Soul number 9s are supposed to be in service industries. Are you doing something in, as in the healing arts?
I am in HR, human resources.
Where?
At Chevron.
At a Chevron, yeah. I think you're very good at your job, but I think I'm not worried about, how do I want to say this to you? I think that there's a missing piece for you because I think as a soul number 9 that you have to be in a more service orientated place in order to feel complete. Okay, and I think that this is an energy that feels very anchored, male orientated, anchored energy. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
And so I think that your job is fine, and I'm not worried about you losing it or anything, but at some point in time, I'd like you to look at making some movement to HR in like a hospital setting or, something that would give you more of that kind of healing arts energy around you. Okay? Has your boss recently changed?
Yes, my boss did change. I had a tough lady, but I learned a lot from her, and just about a month ago got a new boss.
What's your tough lady's name, first name?
Michelle.
She's written right here. Sorry, I didn't get to it with you. I switched my paper on you. Let me find your paper. Let me find your paper. Let me find your paper. Right here, Michelle was written. Who's your boss now?
Her name is Rebecca.
I think that'll help you, don't you? Make some movement
so.
there. But I really wish that you would look at some other energy around you. You've got some gifts that you're not using. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you for calling from Texas. Take care.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Bye. What we got going on, Amadeus? We got somebody on the line?
Well, we have an angel for Melinda's Angels.
Oh, we have an angel for the angels. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Are you guys having fun tonight? This is kind of rolled fun tonight, hasn't it? I thought everybody would be wrapping Christmas presents. I was like saying to Amadeus, oh shit, there won't be that many callers. But I'm having fun tonight. I hope you're having fun. Okay. Hi, this is Melinda.
Oh, hi, Melinda. This is Angel Kennedy.
Hi, Angel Kennedy. How's my favorite angel in the world?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How's your lovely children?
Oh, they're doing wonderful.
Yeah? And your hubby?
He's doing good, too.
Good. Good. Well, that's good. Everything's going well?
Yeah.
Good. How can I help you tonight, sweetheart?
So I had a question, something that I've been thinking about for a while. You know my whole history with trying to get pregnant, the miscarriages and such.
Yeah.
And we've done the work in your office.
Yeah.
So the doctor pretty much kind of said that at this point, I'm done.
Okay.
But my question is during all this energy work and stuff, I really feel as though I've connected with a soul somewhere. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So if I'm done, who is this soul that I've connected with? Like, where is my next step?
Ooh, wow. Is that a heavy question? Okay, Angel. I want to talk a little bit about surrender. Because if we're going to live at a higher plane of understanding, if we're going to be able to stay connected to our spirit, to our souls, we have to be able to surrender to and honor whatever it is that's been manifested or not made manifest in our lives. So although I know that it was such a hard road for you, and my heart has gone out to you, and you know I love you dearly, I think that in the surrender and the acceptance, you have to allow the movement to be made. With that being said, I think that you are connecting to the soul of perhaps your own grandchild. Even though your children are under 10, it's not impossible that this energy, this soul who tried to come in a couple times for you to be its parent, will wait so that you can be its grandparent. You know, I thought I loved my children until my grandson came along. And then I discovered there was no love in the world like that, of a love that you have for a grandchild. Because you're not responsible for them, and you can spoil them rotten and send them home and let their parents deal with it. And if they eat 2 s'mores, sorry Amanda, and they just happen to eat 2 s'mores before bedtime and you send them home before bed, sorry. So I think that energy is probably your grandchild. I think that is that person that was coming to you. I think that that soul still wants you and will just find another way to have you. And so what you have to say to yourself is that you'll be an awesome grandma to this soul, and that you're going to accept that this is the way that you and this soul are going to connect in this lifetime, and that there were some reasons why that it happened this way, and that both you and the soul on the other side have to accept that. Angela, have you ever watched some of those shows like The Voice or America's Got Talent or some of those shows like that?
On occasion.
And it never ceases to amaze me that sometimes these people are interviewed that are showcasing their talents, and they say they owe it all to their grandma or their grandpa, that that person has meant more to them in life than any other person. And I think that you can still make a difference in a soul's life if you've skipped a generation. So maybe you need to say to yourself, I'm still connected to this soul. I'll wait for this soul to come to me. This soul will come through my children that I have, and move into some place of acceptance and allowance on it. Does that help a little bit, honey?
It does. Is it something that I was thinking about? Is it possible that possibly the soul would come through adoption?
Yes, that's also possible. Okay, so that's a fair question. So again, understanding that we have agreements with souls, and that if that soul really wants you as a parent, and you guys choose to put your names out for adoption, that soul will incarnate that way, and so that person can come to you that way too. So sure, absolutely, that's possible. Okay, so those are really good questions, sweetheart. And whatever journey this takes you and your husband on, I know it's going to be right for you. You'll know it. You'll know it in your heart, because you're a very heartfelt person. You're a good girl. And I know that you'll know it when it's right, okay? And by the way, I like your husband too. He's a really nice man. You guys are awesome. You're awesome parents, no matter what happens, okay, honey?
All right, I appreciate it, Melinda. Thank you.
No problem. Have a happy holiday. Have fun with the kids. Santa's coming, huh?
Yes.
Okay, honey. Take care, honey.
All right, thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that's interesting questions about how our spirits have agreements, and sometimes we have struggles within our lives that we just have to say, whatever way it's meant to be, it will manifest the way it's supposed to, and not struggle so much, and stay in a state of allowance and forgiveness. We talked about forgiveness last week, and maybe if Angel wouldn't mind me using her on that, maybe Angel needs to forgive the situation that didn't allow her to carry another child, because she's had some miscarriages here. And so I think that was really a wonderful, wonderful question. So how are we doing with callers? Are we done with our callers for the night?
Yeah, we're done with our callers presently, but we ran into a nice lady. Was that Angela over at the restaurant? She had a
yeah. Amadeus and I went away for just a couple of days just to chill out. We went up to Pine Top. I don't know if any of you guys go up to Pine Top, but it's really quite lovely up there, and it's one of my favorite places, and he hadn't really spent much time up there, so I took him to Charlie Clark's, and we had this wonderful waitress that was exuding out this energy of love, and loving what she does, and connecting into the people that she was serving, and you could just tell she was like a happy little thing, and I couldn't help but saying something to her when she came over to our table as she was waiting on us, that she was happy, and that best part of the dining experience was having her be our waitress. And she stopped and talked to us about understanding synchronicity, and that she had just gone for it, just gone for the gusto, and just followed her heart and moved and gotten this job at Charlie Clark's, and there was a man barking up her tree too at the same time, and she just followed her instincts and her intuition and her gut, and just took on that level of being emotionally courageous enough to make a change in her life, and to allow those steps to be synchronized through the universe. And it was just a very interesting connection for us, because of course I teach that and I try to live that. We certainly don't all live that way. It can be a challenge to always live from your heart and not your head, and not let your ego get involved and make that movement. But we just so appreciated that the universe put this waitress in our path to remind us once again that we have to live our lives by our hearts, and not always let our ego get in the way. You've got a caller?
Yes, I do. But again, you talked a little bit about the soul family and how families, they touch one another, and that continues. We don't always understand exactly how the bits and pieces work, and it's just best to kind of accept and absolutely just enjoy the ride.
Well, I think that that was a very eloquent way to talk about it yourself. I think that it's about living your life at a higher plane of allowance, of going with your gut and going with your instincts and letting your soul take over, and letting those connections be not dismissed. I think we dismiss connections with other souls often, and don't let that random connection that can make such a big difference in one's life not be random.
Well done.
You better put the caller through, Amadeus.
Okay. Well, actually, it's Jane. She had a quick question about an animal.
All right, Jane has a question about an animal. We're going to get transferred over. I want to talk to you about animals. Got it?
Yes.
Hey, Jane, you got a question about an animal.
I do. First of all, I just want to tell you, I think you're amazing.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
And yes, I've been meaning to ask you this for the past 3 weeks already. So I've had some animals, like everybody, had animals cross over. I was just wondering, are you able to read anything from them or hear them or get pictures from them? Or...
Well, it depends on a lot of things. But I love the question because, I too love animals, and I think that, dogs are the closest thing to God on the planet, because dog spelled backwards is God. And it depends upon how much of a connection one has with an animal. Sometimes when animals are named a human name, I'll have that written on somebody's page ahead of time. Sometimes when they're named animal names, Sparky or whatever, it's not quite as easy to come up with some of that. Spirit can only put in your head what's familiar to you. But what I want to talk about with the animals is that your loved ones on the other side, as you know, when the woman from New York called, her son said something about a dog first. And so oftentimes our animals are with our loved ones and stay with our loved ones. The interesting thing about an animal is that if an animal wants to reincarnate to you, that animal can wait until you pick out another puppy, and the spirit can go into that puppy for you. So have you ever had a dog that you felt like was another dog, like it was or a cat that was another, like it reminded you so much of a past animal that you thought it was the same animal?
I actually, so I do rescue. So I don't really generally have puppies. I have already, some sort of an adult type dog. But in August, I lost my pit bull Athena, who was a brindle pit bull. And at the end of October, my girlfriend was going down the street, and there was a male brindle pit boxer mix that, long story short, she rescued, and then, of course, it came to me, never had a home, and so I still own it, and I always think of Athena with him.
Well, see, again,
even though he's his own.
But I believe that Athena could put some of her essence into this dog for you, so that you would have that partnership with that dog soul still. Because I rescued one who was an adult dog, but I know it's one of my dogs. I just know it is. So, so that can happen. And Jane, there's no such thing as coincidence. So there's no such thing that coincidence that your friend happened to find this dog. I mean, that was definitely Athena bringing the dog to you for a reason.
Right. I felt that also, even though we do have a moratorium on our rescues. Yeah.
But keep up that good rescue work, my friend, because, I think that's wonderful. I wish we would all treat each other the way that our dogs treat us.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
Isn't that the truth?
And yes, I will never stop working with rescues or rescuing or adopting or fostering or whatever it takes. So that's my life's work.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for calling back, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Think that was an important thing for people to hear. Have a nice night.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
And we have our last caller of the
Our
evening.
last caller of the evening. Okay. Janelle. Didn't we just have a Janelle?
Jane.
Oh, no, before that. We're getting a lot of J names. Janelle, Janine, Jeanette. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Janelle. How are you?
Hi. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How can I help you tonight? You're my last caller. So that makes you my favorite.
Very nice. I'm so glad I was able to get in. That's
Me
awesome.
too. Tell me what I can do for you.
Well, I just wanted to try and get, both of my parents have passed away and was just interested in trying to see, if I could get anything, glean anything from their passing or
Mom's name,
how
sweetheart?
they're doing on the other side.
Mom's name, honey?
My mom's name? Karen.
And Dad's name, honey?
Ken?
And who had the issue with their chest, Janelle? Heart, lungs, diabetes, stroke?
My dad had diabetes.
Okay. All right. So I'm on Dad first, okay, honey? Because I'm seeing something
sure.
there. And wow, it feels to me, Janelle, they're saying 1 1 1 1 1 1. I don't know what that means. Did they go close together?
They went 10 years apart.
Was it 10 or was it 11?
Well, that's interesting. Their anniversary is 11/11/67.
Okay, that's why they're saying 1 1 1 1. Okay, I'm getting 1 1 1 1. So 11 11. They're giving me 11s. Okay, honey, 1 1. Okay, so they're together. I want you to know they're together. What's the East Coast energy?
East Coast.
Or is there?
I used to live in Virginia.
Okay, now I'm going to show you on the camera that your parents wrote Virginia here. Okay, can you see it, darling?
Okay. Oh no, I'm not in front of the computer.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay, Janelle, I do some automatic writing, so written on my page is Virginia East Coast. Okay. Okay. So and 11 11 and diabetes. That's what's written, and then 2 other names, but we'll get to it in just a second. So good. They're talking about that. They're giving me details of your life. That's what I want them to do. Okay. Okay. Who had a farm or was raised on a ranch or a farm or had animals around them?
That was my dad.
Okay. Boy, your dad's doing your dad's doing most of the talking, honey. Okay. Okay. All right. So
that's unusual because he never talked when he was alive.
Well,
so he was the quiet one.
Well, he actually is the one that's talking tonight. So I guess he wants you to know that. Okay. Do you have a sister, Janelle?
No, I do not.
Did Dad?
Yes, he did. My Aunt Rosie.
Okay, because he's saying something about sister. Okay. And do you know who Lily or Millie is? Lillian or Mildred? Lily or Millie?
Mildred? No. My grandmother's name was Ethel.
Okay.
Millie or Lily?
Okay. All right. So I'm getting a Millie or a Lily or a Mildred or a Lillian. So we're going to just leave that for you, and you'll think about that. Okay. So what's your other grandma's name? What's Karen's grandma's name?
Jean.
Okay. Who had cancer, honey?
My mom.
Okay. Now she's stepping in. Okay. Okay. Did she have an aunt, Mildred, or an aunt? Lillian, an aunt, something about an aunt.
She may have. She had a lot of Aunt Mickey, Aunt Connie, Aunt Madge. But I don't know about an aunt.
Okay, there's something.
A lot of aunts.
I'm just going to say that I'm getting something with an aunt around Lily or Millie. I'll just leave it that way, and then you'll figure it out. Okay. All right. There's something about somebody that sewed.
Yes, my grandmother was my dad's mom.
Okay.
She did a lot of sewing.
Okay, so we're back to
Dad.
Dad.
Me how to sew.
We're back to Dad. Okay, so we're gonna go back and forth here a little bit. Okay, all right. And there's an Ed, an Edward, an Ed, a Fred. Edna, Edwin, Eddie, something with an Ed or a Fred. And I think I'm with Ken. Okay, we'll just leave it for you.
And Howard.
You think about it, and then tell me what the train is. Why am I getting something with a train?
When my father was alive, we took my son to the Thomas the Train thing when we were out on the East Coast. We went to the Pennsylvania Thomas the Train thing.
Okay. All right. So, Dad's doing most of the talking, so apparently that's a fond memory for him. Okay. All right. Because he said farm, Virginia, East Coast sister train, 1111. So sewing. So that's all his family, right, darling? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, and do you know who wore suspenders?
Maybe my grandfather.
Okay, because he showed me something with suspenders. What's your grandpa's name, Janelle?
Howard.
Okay, so I think Howard might have worn some suspenders sometimes with a red plaid shirt. There's something about a plaid shirt. Do you know who I'm seeing?
No.
Okay.
I just bought a red plaid shirt yesterday.
Thank you. Okay, so they were with you yesterday when you bought the red plaid shirt. I want you to know that even though your parents may have been gone for a while, it doesn't mean that they don't see what you're doing. Okay.
Cool.
What's your son's name, Janelle?
Nicholas.
And how old is Nick?
He's 12.
He's a special little boy.
Thank you. I think so.
I'm not blowing wind up your skirt, sister. I'm telling you. I'm not giving you a compliment. I'm telling you, your kid is special, okay? The kid has a lot of good energy. I think sometimes he can be very sensitive, yes?
Yes, absolutely.
And I think sometimes his sensitivity can get in his way a little bit, Janelle. Does that make sense? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, but I think he's got some real talents that he hasn't fully developed either. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I would believe that.
Okay.
For sure.
I think your daddy spends a lot of time with Nick.
Oh.
Okay.
Gives me a lot of comfort. That's really cool.
Okay. Who is William? Bill.
Bill. My aunt or my mom, she had an Uncle Bill.
Uncle. Okay, so Karen's then popping in here. There's. Did you just get new boots too?
That's hilarious. Yes, my husband got those for me for Christmas. He got me 2 pairs.
Yeah, your mother likes those boots. Your husband did a good job. What's your husband's name, please?
Chris.
Chris. Okay. Chris is a good guy. He doesn't suffer too bad from that MAN disease. So I think that you guys are doing a great job raising your kid. I think your parents are pretty proud of you. Okay, sweetheart?
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome, Janelle. You have a wonderful Christmas.
Thank you. Same to you.
Take care, honey. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Wow.
Good thing that he already gave her the boots, or Mom would have given that away. Well, listen, I appreciate everybody's time tonight, and we are skipping next week. I'm going to be out of town, and then we'll pick up the following week, and I think we're going to talk about codependency, which is a subject near and dear to my heart, because it is a subject that most of us do not understand. So anyway, please tune in for that. We'll be learning a lot about codependency. Please tell your friends about our Angel program. We certainly do enjoy these nights, and we'll get better and better. So thank you all for coming and talking with me tonight. And have a wonderful, happy, healthy Christmas and a wonderful New Year. And reach out to those who suffer from depression at this time of year, and make sure that you're giving them a helping hand by just being there. So anyway. Okay. Guess that's it.
I I guess it's time to say goodnight.
Time to say goodnight, Gracie. Turn off the computer.